Good morning. We will be doing today The Inchcape Rock by Robert Southey. Now you know that Robert Southey belongs to Romantic also. He is from Scotland, and this poem is different from other poems you have read. It's a very interesting poem. And remember, while teaching poem, I should have read the poem first aloud, then I would have, or you should ask 2 to 3 students to read aloud the poem, okay, and try to clarify your doubt from the students, that whether they have understood it or not. So first of all, read out the poem. The Inchcape Rock by Robert Southey. Inchcape Rock. Now, no star in the air, no star in the sea. The ship was still as she could be, was still as she could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves flowed even over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell, they did not move to land the Inchcape Bell. The abbot of Aberbrothock had placed the bell on the Inchcape Rock, on a buoy in the storm, of floated and swung, and over the waves it is warming rung. When the rock was hid by the surge's swell, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock and blessed the abbot of Aberbrothock. Look at this. Let him first read the poem, and you must read the poem first. Then you find Unit 2. The sun in heaven was shining gay, all things were joyful on that day. The sea birds screamed as they wheeled around, and there was joyance in their sound. The buoy of the Inchcape Bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the Rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eyes on the darker speck. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. Look how the repetitions is there in a poem to produce musical effect. Music. A darker speck on the ocean. Sir Ralph the Rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eyes on the darker speck. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle. It made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess. But the rovers Mirth was wickedness. Wickedness. His eye was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my men put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I will plague the abbot of Aberbroth. Look at that man. Yeah, I'll plague. Plague means, plague. I'll bring harm to that saintly character abbot of Aberbroth. Okay. The boat is lowered. The boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat, and he cut the bell from the Inchcape rock float. Down sung the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth the Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abbot of Aberbroth. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scoured the seas for many a day, and now grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland shore. So thick a hedge overspreads the sky, they cannot see the sun on high. The wind hath blown gale all day, at evening it hath died away. On the deck the rover takes his stand, so dark it is, they see no land. Quoth Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now where we were, I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. What happened? They hear no sound, the soil is strong, though the wind hath fallen, they drift along, till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. Oh, crashed, it is the Inchcape rock. Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair. He cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in on every side. The ship is sinking beneath this tide. But even in this dying fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell the devil below was ringing his knell. Look at this. That the poem has a moral. It's a moral you find. Look at this. No star in the air. She was calm and quiet. No star, no movement. No star in the sea. So it is musical, the poem is. No star in the air, no star in the sea. The sheep was still as she could be. Look at the language. The ship was as quiet as it could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Her keel, the front positions of the ship or the large boat, okay, big boat. Her that bottom part of the ship. So her keel was steady in the ocean. Steady means steady. He was steady, fixed, without either sign or sound of their shock. The waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. The waves, without making any sound, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. Inchcape Rock, there was a bell, okay, and there was a rock hidden, and when they used to come, those people, sailors, they were helped by the bell, that there is a rock, so the ship would be very careful, okay, and it could prevent a good number of accidents. The waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock, so little they rose, look at the musical, so little they rose, so little they fell. The bell, they did not move the Inchcape bell. They did not move the Inchcape bell. The abbot of Aberbrothock, he was a good man. The abbot of Aberbrothock had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock. Had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock because the people will be cautioned, careful about when they pass through that Inchcape Rock. Okay. On a buoy in the storm, it floated and swung. In storm, that the bell will move like this from side to side. Swung, swing, swung. And over the waves, it's warning rung. So they will be cautioned, those who came with the ship, about the Inchcape Rock, So abbot of Aberbrothock, he fixed a bell that used to caution the people who pass by the rock, that the rock was floating, that bell was floating, and by the movement of the ship, and it will produce a sound. On a buoy in the storm, it floated and swung, and over the waves, it's warning wrong. So it will give you ring wrong. So the warning will be there wrong. When the rock was held by the surges waves, when the waves will come, that you find Inchcape bell will move from side to side. Inchcape Rock, on a buoy in the storm, it floated and swung, and over the waves it's warning rung. Ring, rung. ring rang wrong. Okay. When the rock was hid by the surges swell, the waves will be swell, means there will be tide, full tide. When the rock was hid by the surges swell, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock. Perilous means dangerous rock. Then they could know the dangerous rock. Okay, and they all felt good, felt obliged, felt blessed the abbot of Aberbroth. They felt themselves blessed by abbot of Aberbrothok. Okay? Because they could get rid of, they could escape from an accident. And most of the ships used to be sunk. But because of this bell, many blessed the monk and felt happy. The sun in heaven was shining gay. Sun was very happy. It was a very sunny day, very bright day. All things were joyful. All things were joyful. All things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance. Joyance means happy, joy, joyance in their sound. So the sun was, how was the weather? It was very fine over there. The sun in heaven was shining gay, happy. All things were joyful on that day. Everything was very happy, very pleasant. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance means happiness. There was happiness all around in the sound. The boy in the Inchcape bell was seen, that boy, that moving from place to place, moving. It made a sound. The boy of the Inchcape bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. On the green ocean, it looked like a darker speck. Speck means smallest thing. That from the distance, the Inchcape bell looked like a speck, a dot. Okay? The boy in the Inchcape bell was seen, a darker speck is just a sign on the ocean green, on the green ocean, surrounded the rover. Rover means as a dacoit. Surrounded the rover, walked his deck. He was just a negative man. He didn't like that the people should praise Abbot of Aberbrothok. So he was jealous of the man. Abbot Aberbrothok was a good man, but this Sir Sir Ralph the Rover was out and out a bad man. Out and out means completely. Sir Ralph the Rover walked his deck and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. He fixed his eye on the darker speck where you find the Inchcape Bell was there. He felt the cheering power of spring. He became very excited. Sir Ralph the Great. It made him whistle. It made him sing. His heart was mirthful. He was very happy. To excess means he felt very happy because he is going to do something to bring a bad name to Sir Ralph Abbot of Aberbroth. Sir Ralph the Rover and fixed his eye on the darker speck. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle. So he felt the power of spring for nothing. Look at this. And it made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful. His heart was mirthful to excess. To excess. When he was very, very happy. But the rover's mirth was wickedness. But Robert was happy because he would create some nuisance. He would create some problem for the people. And you find his heart was mirthful to excess, joyful to excess. But the rover's mirth was wickedness. But he was out and out completely wicked man. So he got pleasure. He became happy that he could or he would be able to do something and bring a bad name to Sir Abbot of Aberbroth. His eyes on the Inchcape float, he saw the Inchcape float, Inchcape Bell float. Quoth he, said he, my men put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock. He asked his people to bring out the boat and take him to Inchcape rock. Put on the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I'll create problem, havoc, H-A-V-O-C, havoc, problem, plague. Plague is a disease, but plague also means here I'll bring problem. I will wash out the good name of Sir Abbot. Okay? And then plague the Abbot of Aberbroth rock. The boat is lowered. How he did it? The boat is lowered. The boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. They go to Inchcape rock. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat, and he cut the bell. He cut the bell from the Inchcape float. Inchcape rock. He cut the bell. The bell went down with a gurgling sound. Down sunk the bell with gurgling sound. Down sunk. The bell sunk. Down sunk. With a gurgling. Gurgling means with a gurgling sound. means with you find with a gargling means gargling you see gargling. So similarly you find gargling sound. Okay, gargling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. The bubbles from that Inchcape bell rose and burst out. Coach Sarralf said, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abode of our breath. That was his interest. That next man will come to the rock will no more praise the name of praise Sir Abbot of Aberbrot. Okay? Won't bless Sir Abbot because he was a good man. He had fixed Inchcape bell and now forever he caught the bell. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scoured the seas for many a day. He moved through the sea many a day, and now grown rich with plundered. He looted the ship, the people. He steers his course for Scotland shore. Now he wants to go because he is in Scotland. I told you this man, Robert Southey, was from Scotland. Scotland is a part of England. Okay? And you find Scottish. That you find Scotland. Still now English, Scotland, people of Scotland, they don't speak English. I remember it. There are two countries like Ireland and Scotland. They are in England, but they are not in England. They do not have English language. Okay? So you find it is in England, it is not also in England. So, and now rich with plunder store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. So thick a hedge overspreads the sky. So thick a hedge, but the sky was not clear. Something covered him, covered the sky. Okay, they cannot see the sun on high. So no more sunny day. The wind hath blown gale all day. So it was like a storm, gale, storm. At evening it had died away. On the deck the rover takes his turn. Now it was evening. The rover moves on the deck of the ship. On the rover takes his stand. So dark it is, they see no land. So it was very dark, no light, nothing of the sort. Entire sky was clouded. So dark it is, they see no land. Quoth Sarralf said, quoth means said, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. So don't worry, my friends, there will be lighter soon. There will be light you find, for there is the dawn of the rising moon, because moon is rising. Dawn of the moon is rising. Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. So we can't see anything. Where is the shore? And somebody says, perhaps we are reaching this shore, because they cannot see the Inchcape Rock. And once the ship dashes against the Inchcape Rock, it will be torn to pieces. It will be torn to pieces. So you find they cannot see, because previously Inchcape bell was there, and they used to float the bell, and the people could know where is that Inchcape Rock that used to destroy all the ships. Okay? Hence here said the breaker roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now where we are I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. Sorry, Inchcape bell is not there. So the mariner said, I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell, but it is already cut out by Sir Ralph the Rover. They hear no sound. They hear no sound. The swell is strong. Swell means waves are very strong, because the bell is gone. Who will save them? The bell used to be rocked by the sea waves. Okay? They hear no sound, the swell is strong. Though the wind hath fallen, they drift along. Till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. The vessel strikes with a shivering shock, because there was a sound when the vessel ship dashed against the Inchcape Rock. Till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. So they utter the name of Christ. Oh God, we have dashed against the Inchcape Rock, because that once there was a bell, but this man, this evil-minded man, Sir Ralph the Rover caught the bell, so that nobody will praise the name of Sir Abbot of Aberbrothick. Sir Ralph the Rover tore his hair. He was frustrated. He was defeated. He was frustrated. He tore his hair. He cursed himself in despair. He became hopeless. He became hopeless, in despair, in sad, in sorrowful mood. He felt sorry. The waves rushed in on every side. The waves came and rushed from all the sides, and it sunk the ship. The ship is sinking beneath the tide, so no rescue. Nobody could save the ship. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. But even in his dying fear, when he was frightened, he was about to die. But one dreadful sound could the rover hear, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell the devil below was ringing his knell. So he heard his knell. Knell means his last bell. Knell. That is in the church when a man dies, there is a bell. Bell you find. Similarly, he heard his death bell because he did not do good thing. Okay? So Ralph the Rover was a devil, was a bad man, and he at last understood his mistakes. But there was no way out. It is already late. Okay? So you find you have to ask the students to read out the poem. All the students must read one stanza, two stanzas. And you must tell them what is the sound, gargling sound. Gargling, that you do gargle when there is cold in the throat. Okay. So how did the Inchcape bell look? It looked like a darker speck. Speck, just a sign. Speck. Okay? Look at the keel, bottom of the ship. Keel. Then buoy, a floating object. That is the bell. Bell was floating object. It was fixed to the Inchcape rock, and when the water will pass, it will make sound. So by this sound, the people, the mariners, will be cautious, careful, and they could know that Inchcape rock is here, so they can avoid Inchcape rock and reach the shore in safety. But Ralph the Rover was a wicked-minded man. He didn't like these things. He did not want, because a bad man always don't want a good man's name. So he wanted, because Ralph Rover was a devil incarnate. Devil incarnate. He looted the people. Since the Inchcape bell was there, he could not do it because his people could know. The people could know his arrival. Okay? But in this, he can do whatever he wants. Okay? Or whatever he wanted. Why was Sir Ralph the Rover, why was Sir Ralph the Rover against Sir Abbot of Aberbrothock? Why? It is the quality of a devil man, a devil who cannot stand or cannot accept the goodness of a man. So you find he wanted to he wanted to create bad name ହେଇଗଲା ନାଇଁ ତ ହେଇନି ତ so bad man can never tolerate the name of a good man. Look at this. This is the way of the world. Okay? And it is like a story. And there is a moral. What is the moral? That if you harm somebody, you will be put into that pit, pit, pit. Or if you harm, the same thing will come to you. Okay? Vice never goes unpunished. Remember, the moral is vice never goes unpunished. If you want to harm an innocent man, ultimately you will be harmed. But vice never goes unpunished. This is how you find Sir Ralph Rover was punished by this. Okay.